Hi, my name's Ashley Barnes. By profession, I'm a registered nurse, but I was blessed to become a part of the Habitat for Humanity family about 10 years ago. So to me, Habitat has allowed me to have stability and also flexibility. And I say that because we were able to choose the location of our home, which meant keeping my children in a school district that they were very comfortable with, and for me going back to my roots. I was born and raised in Goldsboro, inner city, but when my mom died, we moved out to the country. So to me, that was my unfamiliar place, if you will. So being able to get with Habitat and move my kids back to an area that I had grown up in and allow them to go to nice schools and to have housing that I could afford and also be proud of is the American dream. So I was super nervous when I realized that we were selected for Habitat. Excited but nervous because I wanted it, but then I didn't know what was next. Linda immediately took us under her wing and she started to nurture us and teach us and help us to learn all of the things that we needed in order to be successful homeowners. We worked on credit repair. We also worked on just maintenance workshops, because what you don't realize until you are a homeowner is that there's no landlord to call. Maintenance doesn't come, do monthly checks to make sure that everything is in order. So all of that responsibility falls on you. While it seems like a lot of trouble, it's not. It's a great privilege because you're allowed to work on your home, which to me it means more knowing that I'm able to fix a simple problem with the sink and I don't always have to shell out $100 for a plumber. After we worked on credit repair, then came the lot selection. That part took a lot of waiting, because there was an area that we were really hoping for. But we also knew it was a lucrative area and Habitat wasn't doing a lot of building in this district. So we prayed on it and just, we said whatever comes next, that's where we're gonna go. Lo and behold, we ended up right in the Eastern Wayne district where we wanted to be with our children. My son was stoked because he really liked Eastern Wayne Middle and he didn't want to have to switch schools. So after the land selection, then we were able to watch as the trees were cut down from our lot. We helped to put up the foundation of our home. I was actually operating a saw. I don't know whose idea that was, but Tony and Ray made sure that we were safe and knowledgeable. And I have learned to measure twice and cut once, because you do not want to mess up a piece of vinyl that's going up on your house. The only thing that I was a bit uncomfortable about is that I was afraid of heights. I didn't tell anybody on the site this, or they probably wouldn't have allowed me to go up on the ladder. So doing things like hanging the shingling, I was terrified. I was scared out of my mind. The only person who knew at the time that I was terrified of heights was my late husband. And so every day after I came down off the ladder, I was literally trembling and he'd hug me. They thought we were just being lovey-dovey. No, he was holding me because I was literally about to throw up and pass out. So I enjoyed helping to not only build our home, but to go on the inside and to see it come together. I remember when my bar, which is one of the favorite sections of my home, I remember when it was just a framework. And I could imagine standing there at the sink, looking out into the living room, but to actually be able to do that today, I love it. It's my favorite spot in my house because I like to cook, but I also I just remember standing there all the time when we were on the construction site. Not only is being a homeowner a great part of the Habitat for Humanity process, but I've made a lot of lifelong friends. Some of the homeowners, I see them outside of Habitat, we have dinner, but also some of the office staff. Linda Beiser is amazing, and I remember when I lost my husband, making the call to Linda, her initial shock because she had just seen him a few months ago and he was in such great health, but also her heartfelt sympathy and her condolences, and her willingness to be whatever she's needed to be for my family. She has been my ear, my shoulder to cry on some days when things just aren't right, and I feel like no one knows me well enough to listen, because in my family, I'm always the strong one. At work, I'm always the strong one, but Linda has known me for so long. She allows me to share a side of vulnerability that not many people are able to accept. So Habitat has been an all-around life-changing experience for my kids and myself. And now that I'm widowed, I have a house and a mortgage that I can afford off of one income. And that's amazing to me. I'm a nurse during a pandemic, which meant for about 6 weeks, my employment was very different. I went from making 80 hours every 2 weeks to some 2 weeks I only made 24 hours. And not everyone understands that you're in a pandemic and that your hours have been cut. But Habitat was very flexible, and they were willing to allow me to break up my mortgage payments had I needed to do that, or even allow me to do a late payment without penalty. So I will forever be grateful to Habitat for being part of an amazing family. I couldn't ask for a better family. Thank you, Habitat.